Yeah. Please tell me that I can't, that I won't, that I fail, that I'll never make it out, yeah. Please tell me all the bad, never good, fill my head full of every single doubt, yeah. Please say any negative thoughts, I pop off when I hear people say I cannot. I get off to the thought of proving everyone wrong, I won't stop to the top, so you better back off and get lost. I'ma stay loud, stay proud, never running out, never heading south. I'll be spreading out, call it word of mouth, can't put me down, I'll be getting loud. You can have your doubts, not what I'm about, have your cloud, it be raining now. I keep making sound, go another round, I'm legend bound, can't stop me now. You don't wanna fuck with me, a slow burn like a disease. Just tell me that I can and I'll show you things that you couldn't believe. Just tell me that I can. Just tell me that I can. Just tell me that I can. Just tell me that I can.
What's up, everybody? I hope you guys enjoyed the new intro I made. I had been receiving complaints that it was too long, so I shortened it. I hope it turned out okay. At least better than this mask is treating me anyways. But hi! Glad to see everybody here. Basically, tonight, didn't really have a whole lot of a plan. Holiday seasons, we're all busy. All kind of stuff's going on. But I figured, we'll just throw a little bit of a paranormal potluck, I guess you could say. Because I've got some stories that I can tell. And, yeah. But the good news is I have good friends. And they treat me so well. So, with that being said, we got a surprise guest. So, y'all welcome to the stage, my good buddy. That guy.
Hey guys.
What up, man?
Not much. How you doing?
Better not deserve.
Good.
Yeah.
I saw you throw out the bat signal to our little group chat. And I'm like, you know what? I've had a pretty rough day at work today. And, well, pretty rough. Almost 2 weeks now. But, yeah, I'm gonna hang out with you guys for a while. Hang out with you for a little bit. Have some laughs. Have some fun.
I try. We'll see if I can make it happen tonight.
And by the way, that was an awesome intro. I liked it.
Well, thank you. I appreciate that. Been needing to do it anyways, but people brought it to my attention. They're like, 3 minutes and change is a little bit long, but it's like, it kind of gives time for people to come in and
it gives people the alert that you're on, and they can get to their computer or get their phone to the YouTube and everything and still make it in time. So I like that.
Yeah. Well, this will work for now, I think.
Yeah.
But yeah. And just so everybody knows, the reason why I'm wearing a mask is because work made me shave my face bald so that I could be fitted for a mask. And let me tell you, when you live by the beard, you die by the beard. Without it, I am ugly. I am the ugliest person I know. And this thing is going to drive me insane all night.
Yeah. With COVID and stuff, I don't know how we managed to wear masks all the time. I hated it.
Yeah, I know, right? Like, it was like pulling teeth to get me to put mine on to begin with. Like, if there was nobody around at work, I wasn't wearing it.
Yeah, I mean, same here. And like wearing glasses too, they fog up. That's no fun.
Yep. Things drive me crazy.
I've seen pictures of you that you've sent us that you don't have your mask on after you shaved and everything, and you're not ugly,
bro. I only know 3 ugly people of my whole life. I'm 2 of them right now. All right. Trust me. I'm doing everybody in the audience a favor right now. I promise you.
No nightmares tonight, kiddos.
That's right.
Do you mind if I eat my cookie?
No. Why would I mind?
I don't know. I don't want to eat. I don't want to be rude and eat on camera. But I mean, if, you know, I can always do this. Here, hang on. And you could just hear me chew.
I'm fine with whatever you want to do, man. I don't care at all.
Oh, that's dangerous. That is dangerous.
Shoot. We'll make it a party. Boomski. One button down. But yeah. Thank you. Thank you for hanging out with me, Paul.
Sure.
And guys, everybody out there in future YouTube land, make sure you guys go by Paul's channel, show him some love, get him some subs. He's almost there at the 1,000 mark himself. So make sure y'all do that for me. I would really appreciate that.
Thank you. Thank you. And I have this really cool idea. I don't know how cool it is. That once I get to 1,000, I'm going to get my Paranormal Among Us logo tattooed on my arm. So it would be with me forever.
Make sure you get the QR in there too.
Can they do a QR tattoo?
I mean, probably. Why not?
That would be cool.
People be like, "Oh, you do a podcast?
Yeah.
Where's
right
that?"
here.
You'd be like, "Scan right here."
Oh, I'm going to have to ask on that if they can.
Yeah.
I mean, I don't see how difficult it would be. I mean, it's just regular.
Just to make sure they do a really good stencil, you know, and then, why not? Should be fine.
Huh. Okay, I gotta write this down. Logo with QR code.
Yeah.
That would be cool.
Yeah. Pam likes it. She thinks it's cool.
Yeah. Good idea. All right. I like that idea.
I try. All right. Well, I'm going to talk a little bit about some stories. And Paul, I want you to be the person I bounce them off of, okay?
All right.
All right. So I've been meaning to talk about this a little bit after Thanksgiving because I had a lot of family down from Ohio. And I actually got to chat with them about some of the paranormal stories that I've heard growing up, right? And I was talking to my uncle, the one who had the devil come out of the woods on him. And I was getting the details about it because I wanted to hear it fresh from the horse's mouth. And he was like, wait a second. No, it wasn't in Ohio when this happened. I was like, wait a second. I thought it was. He said, no, it actually happened in Alabama. I was like, oh, that changes things a lot. Okay, tell me more. You know, because I told him the version basically that I remembered. And he was like, no. I wasn't out coon hunting that night. He was actually at his friend's house. And it was like, maybe 15 miles away from where I am right now.
Really?
Yeah. And so, you know, like the main thing is like the way he tells the story is devil comes out of the woods. And that's very open-ended, right?
Yeah.
So I'm like, okay, can you describe said devil for me? Because I need to know these details, right?
Mm-hmm.
And he tells me like the short version of the story. And he's like, well, me and my friend, I think his name was Stevie or something like that. We're hanging out real late at night at his house in, let's see here, that would have been Aroney, Alabama, 1960-ish, if I'm getting my timeline correctly.
Okay.
And they were hanging out, walking back from the woods. I guess they were just getting done playing or getting up to some kind of mischief.
Wait, how old were they?
He was about 10 years old.
Okay.
And essentially, they heard a very loud scream come from the woods behind them. And by this time, they're about, 100 feet away from the wood line, right?
Yeah.
And when they turned around and looked, his details do not change. He told me it was the devil. And I'm like, okay, well, Uncle, I need you to elaborate. Is it red, like a classic looking devil? And he says, yes, it is red. I'm like, okay, was it hairy? He said, yes, it was hairy. I said, okay, so you don't think it was like a red colored Sasquatch or something like that? And he says, no, because it had cloven hooves and it actually had horns coming out of its head. I'm like, okay, horns. Was it like big, curly?
Like a ram?
Look, yeah, like big, curly ram horns. Super cool. Because now in my head, I'm like switching gears. I'm like, okay, goat man, right?
Yeah.
He's like, no, no curly, elaborate horns. But it did have horns, but they were very short and stubby.
Like images of the devil would have.
Yeah, exactly like that. So red, hairy, cloven hooves.
So by red,
horns.
was it red fur or was it like a red face?
All the above. Everything was red.
Okay.
And so the only other detail that really that he remembered about it that was like crisp, I guess you could say, because he's in his 60s now, is that it was very wide, like very stockily built and very wide. And that doesn't really match the description of what we have about like Goat Man, at least to my knowledge. What about you?
No, but then again, I haven't really done much on the Goat Man. So I'm kind of looking it up now. But I don't remember it looking really wide.
Yeah, I don't either. I remember it being, built, but more slender.
So images that I just pulled up right now. I mean, it has the longer horns, maybe about a foot or two.
Yeah.
But not red. I mean, I'm assuming he meant like red, like cardinal red.
Like the live icon up here to our top left.
Yeah. And I don't see that kind of red in some of these images that I'm looking at. One image that I see here is a buff looking goat man, but that's just one image and that looks like it's AI to me. All of these other ones, I mean, they look strong, but not like wide buff, like I would think massive built. So, I mean, I would say no to that. No to the goat man.
I'm thinking the same thing too.
Yeah.
The only pause I have though is that I do know that 6 or 7 miles down the road from me at Matheny's Bridge, which is where I want to go paranormal investigating so bad, they got legends of Goat Man out there. And being, proximity wise, I'm like, I don't want to throw the baby out with the bathwater.
Yeah.
I mean, but I don't know. It's interesting. It's very interesting.
I just did a double take there because I don't remember if it was you talking about Matheny Bridge on my show or something, or in one of our chats, or if it was something that I looked up because I remember something about a Matheny Bridge.
Yeah.
I can't say for sure that it was you telling me about it.
I've mentioned it a lot because I like it out there, but
yeah,
also I feel like I've shared the little, I don't know, newspaper article thing that actually has like the history, and it's mentioned in there. That's the only way that I actually know about the Goat Man from there.
Yeah,
because all I've ever known about it was ghosts and Bigfoot, because I had a Bigfoot thing happen out there. So yeah, I don't know, but it's interesting, and I don't know what to make of it. It's all kind of odd. I will say that the stocky and wide build of it, that's one of those things where people talk about like how the Nephilim were built back in the day,
Mm-hmm.
and how their frame is so much wider than ours. Like we have like a 1-3 ratio. Theirs is like a 2-4 ratio or something like that. It's interesting. So I don't know what to make of it all. It's one of those confusing details that I wish I had more information about.
Yeah, exactly. But they're not red. The Nephilim's not red.
I mean, I've never seen one, so I don't know.
I
Well,
mean
I take
images
that
that
back.
I've
have.
seen. Yeah.
Right.
But yeah, that's crazy.
It is, right?
Yeah, and, you know, I mean, the Goatman thing makes sense
Mm-hmm.
Until you throw the color red in there, and if it's that bright of red, then I mean, even if it's, you know, walking through the forest and stuff being dirty, I would even say no, it's probably not a Goatman, because it's going to be, you know, duller.
Right.
Whereas, you know, the devil is going to be, I mean, all the images that you think of when you mention the devil is bright red.
Right.
Face, clothing, and the small stubby horns.
Right.
Did it interact with him?
It essentially only chased them back to their house. I think he said it chased them about maybe 100 yards before they got back to the house, and they ran in, and that's all.
Imagine the fear going through them, though.
He was
getting chased in the wherever by the freaking devil.
Right.
Yeah.
He was still shook up, you know, like I could see it in his face retelling the story, you know, after all these years, after 50 plus years, you know?
Yeah. Well, you know, I mean, you even had this with your stories.
Keep fretting about that skull.
I don't know, that was kind of scaring me a little bit.
Sorry.
I mean, people get emotional with these encounters. I mean, you did.
Yeah.
It's not uncommon for that. I mean, it's that's unbelievable. I mean, the devil.
It is very weird.
Yeah.
So I was like, huh, okay. Well, what else did I misremember? He's like, well, you've heard your aunt's story about the green hand, right? I was like, yeah, the one that reached in through the window and picked her up by her gown and dropped her. He's like, yeah, that one. I was like, yeah, that was pretty interesting. And that happened in Aironi too with you guys, right? Because you were there. He's like, yes, I was there. But no, it didn't happen in Aironi. He said that one actually happened in Ohio. So I'm like, wait a second. I had to grab my aunt. I'm like, hey, did this happen in Ohio or Alabama? She's like, oh, it was in Ohio. It's at our old house there in Genoa. I was like, oh, okay.
So what's the story again? A hand comes in through the window?
Yeah, so they're all asleep, and there's this aunt, my other aunt, and my uncle at the time, because my dad wasn't born yet. And they're asleep in Ohio at their house in Genoa. I want to say is off 4th Street in Maine or something like that. I don't know. Either way, that doesn't matter. But they were all asleep. They had the window open because air conditioners weren't a thing back then.
Right.
Or at least not readily, right?
And if it's anything like, I mean, I don't know when this story took place, but back in the day here where my dad grew up, they never locked their doors like we all do now. I mean, they slept on on a patio or something, or a sun porch or whatever.
Right.
It was just a different world back then. So yeah, I get it.
Mm-hmm. So essentially they're asleep, but they start hearing something, and they wake up and kind of like look, and they see a giant green hand reaching in through the window. And directly underneath the window is my aunt sleeping. And they're all like in shock, and they don't want to like make any noise or anything. But this thing just keeps reaching in, and eventually grabs my aunt by like the neck of her gown, like right here, and lifts her up off of the bed. And she's like, dangling there, still freaked out of her mind. And then everybody starts screaming.
Was she awake?
Yeah, she was awake. She was awake.
God.
And then it just drops her after everybody starts screaming. And, she was like, it was very physical. There's no wispiness. There's no see-through effect going on. All that they can see is a giant green hand with a giant green arm attached to it, reaching through the window and grabbing her.
Oh my God.
Yeah. So yeah, I don't know.
Yeah, I agree, Pam.
And that's the extent of what I learned at Thanksgiving. Been meaning to update everybody on that.
Yeah.
Yeah. Any hair or fur? Pam asked. No. None of that I know of. And there was no scales either, to what I know. It was just skin. So.
You know what? I want to look up. Oops, gotta spell it right. So I just looked up cryptids in Florida, in Ohio.
Mm-hmm.
How close is it to Loveland?
I don't know.
Because
The Frogman.
The Frogman,
right?
Loveland Frog.
Yeah, let's see here. Loveland,
Let's do this.
Ohio. Images. All right, so Loveland looks like it's in the bottom left.
Uh-huh.
So this would be, because I'm looking at just the county map of it, right? About 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 up and maybe 6 over. Or not 6 over, 1 over, sorry.
And that's where Loveland is?
Yeah, Loveland is really far south, where we were on the northwest corner of it, pretty much.
Okay.
But while you're Googling there, Jamie, look up and see cryptids, or let's see here, hold on. Paranormal in Genoa, Ohio. Genoa.
I can't spell paranormal.
I feel you there.
And Genoa,
Mhm.
Ohio. Oh, look at that. Look at
Let's see if there's anything interesting there.
that. It says Fisher of spam. Actually, no.
Interesting.
Wait a minute. Panic in the Pines.
Oh?
3 haunts. Oh, these are like haunted hay rides.
Oh, nah.
Yeah,
No big
that's-
deal.
Yeah. Elmore Ghost Walk. I mean, that's not really.
Mm-mm.
Yeah, I'm not really seeing anything outside of the haunted houses,
Yeah.
the fake Halloween haunted houses.
But the whole Loveland Frog thing has just struck a chord with me.
Really?
Yeah, because what I remember of that house, because I visited it when I was a kid. My grandparents used to live there when I was growing up, before I moved here.
Yeah.
And right across the street was a park. And just over a little bit from that was a giant quarry that was filled up with water, and everybody would go fishing there and swim in and all that stuff. And that sucker was deep. I mean, hundreds of feet deep. So that makes me wonder now. It's like, underground water. Maybe.
Let's see here. Frogman. Nope. I'm not getting anything for like a frogman in Genoa. I mean, the pictures of frogman in Loveland are kind of creepy looking.
Oh yeah.
Yeah. I mean that's pretty green.
Yeah. Very green, I'm sure.
And I mean, I don't know the size of or where the window was on the house.
Mm-hmm.
Excuse me, but I mean, it could have possibly reached in. And they didn't see any eye shine or anything. Nobody else saw anything.
No, I guess they were just too freaked out by the hand reaching in the window.
Well, understandable.
Right.
So your aunt that got grabbed.
Yes.
Did she experience anything other than just, being pulled up by her nightgown or shirt or whatever?
Mm-mm.
No, like mind speak or
Nope.
Images?
If she did, she wasn't telling me about it. So, yeah, I don't know.
Let me see if I can. You mind if I share my screen real quick?
Sure. Do I have to do something? Because I was trying to do that too.
I don't think so.
Okay, yeah, go for it.
Oh yeah, I got it here. So I mean, that's some of the images that I came up with on Frogman. I mean, I don't know that that's necessarily a frogman or how tall that is. It doesn't look extremely tall. But it doesn't look like really a bright green.
Mm-hmm.
There's another possibility of it. I mean, look at the length of the arms are pretty long.
Yeah.
And
granted, that's AI, right?
Yeah, that's true.
Yeah. But that guy chilling out there in the water don't look like AI.
No, that does not.
Huh.
Let's see if I can make that bigger. Nope, can't. I don't want all that advertising on there. But yeah, that looks
interesting. Very interesting.
So I mean, it really doesn't look all that tall. I mean, if this is a real picture there that you see there.
Yeah, that's like 4 or 5 feet, right?
Yeah.
Yeah. Then again, if it's part tree frog rather than bullfrog, it could just climb up on the wall like Spider-Man, right?
That is true. That is true. But if it looks like that.
Yeah, that's definitely nightmare fuel. So I get it.
Yeah.
I definitely get it.
Interesting.
Yeah, I'll have to grill her more about it because I'm very curious now.
Would she come on your show?
No. She might if I really, really asked her. I don't know. I've been meaning to try to ask her, but I don't know. I'll keep trying. We'll
Wear her down.
That's right.
Yeah.
But let's see here. Pam asked what age were the children. I don't know. I think she said that she was like 7 or 8, something like that. I don't know. Don't know.
Yeah.
But yeah.
That's freaky. I mean, having a hand reach in and grab you like that.
Oh yeah. Very much so.
Yeah. That's why I don't sleep by windows.
Right. That's why I have motion sensor lights and stuff like that.
Yeah.
You move, I'm gonna know.
Exactly.
So yeah. But anywho.
Yeah.
So there's the updates there.
Yeah.
Let's see here.
Did I ever tell you about what possibly followed me home from one of the haunted locations I went to?
No.
So, we went to Brumley Haunted Castle House I think this must have been in the end of September.
Yeah.
And that's down near Osage Beach in the southwest corner of Missouri.
Okay.
Down by Lake of the Ozarks down there. So, and this house is pretty haunted. They've seen a boy in the bathroom and kind of wandering around in the halls and stuff. And I saw another show go there, and they got EVPs from a boy named Elijah. And I think when we were there, we got initials, maybe EJ. No, that wasn't it. We got different initials or whatever. So anyway, you know, my wife always says whenever I go to these things, don't bring anything home.
Right.
Okay. I mean, it's not like I want to. But yeah, I you know, wear protection and everything, and you know, I hope I don't bring anything home. But I think I did. So we were on Christmas Eve. My cousins and my aunt and uncle and my other uncle come over to our house and exchange Christmas presents and stuff. We do like a secret Santa, and we do drawing of the names, usually late September, early October.
Right.
So we had my family over, and we, for some reason, we always kind of end up congregating in the kitchen. And it's not a huge kitchen, but I mean, it's a decent size where you can hold several people in there. So I'm standing by the sink, and we have countertop, and you know those rubber stoppers that you put in the sink drain to keep the water from going down the drain?
Yeah.
It was sitting on top of the sink right by the faucet, the base of the faucet. And it really wasn't overhanging the sink bowl. It was solidly, completely on the countertop. So all of a sudden, it flipped off into the sink, or it fell into the sink. I kind of caught the motion out of the corner of my eye. My cousin saw it, and I looked at the sink, and I looked over at her, and we're like, that was weird. So of course, you know, I put it back up there, and I start jumping around. Nothing. I start, you know, kind of banging on the countertop, and nothing happened. You know, we have a garbage disposal. If you flip that on, it'll vibrate a little bit and kind of move on the counter just a little bit, not a whole lot. That wasn't on. So at the time, we thought it was because it's my dad's side of the family, and dad's not here anymore. So we were thinking, oh, okay, maybe it's my dad wanting to be part of the party again. So he kind of shows us that he's there. So, okay, so we kind of played that off as it was him. And Pam, yes, it was a dry surface. So almost exactly 2 weeks later, this is going to get kind of raunchy here. I was in the shower. I was taking a shower. We have glass windows on our shower in our bathroom. And I have a speaker light in the ceiling, so I was listening to music. And my phone was right on the corner of the sink. And I'm taking a shower, I'm listening to music. I look out and I see that somebody sent me a message or something. And I kind of looked close to see if I could see who it was, and I couldn't. But out of the corner of my eye, so my phone was on the end of the sink counter, on like looking at it on the right side of the sink. On the left side of the sink was one of those little floss boxes, little containers that you keep the dental floss in.
Oh, yeah.
And that was sitting about 1.5 inches, 2 inches away from the sink bowl. I'm looking at my phone, so I could see out of the corner of my eye, I could see the other side of the sink bowl. All of a sudden, that dental floss thing flipped over into the sink. And I distinctly remember seeing it kind of lift up and tumble into the sink. I'm like, what is going on? And I took a picture of it. I don't have the picture. I wasn't recording in there, and I didn't get the thing flipping out into the sink.
Right.
But
right.
that was my wife's side of the sink.
Mhm.
It has, when we're over 50, you have to have a tube of Bengay, or not Bengay, Icy Hot. So we had an Icy Hot thing
Okay.
by her sink, and another tube of some kind of cream that she uses, makeup stuff. I don't know.
Yeah.
And neither one of those moved. So it was so there's a return vent up in the wall, up in the corner. There's a vent on the floor next to the toilet. So
Mhm.
when the air comes on, I mean, it wouldn't cause that to flip off.
I wouldn't think.
Right behind us is a major road where there's a quarry close to us,
Mhm.
and a lot of dump trucks go up and down the road.
Okay. Yeah.
I've never seen anything flip off or vibrate in the house that violently. And if it did, the Icy Hot and the other tube didn't do anything.
Yeah, you would think that they would also, like, if it was unstable, wet, slippery, whatever, any amount of vibration would have put everything on the edge into the bowl, right?
Or any gust of wind that would have come through there. I mean, I didn't have any windows open.
Right.
So I don't know what that was. Something else happened, and I can't remember what it was. Yeah, Pam, they would jointly move. And I, as God is my witness, I saw that thing flip off the side of the counter into the bowl. And it was the weirdest thing that I have ever seen or witnessed. So I was doing a show after that, week or so after that.
Yeah.
And I think I had a medium on. I don't know if it was Jilly or somebody else. It was Jilly. And I explained this to her, and she said she got the name Elijah.
Very interesting.
Holy cow. So somehow this kid, so the story was that this kid had family at the Brumley Haunted Castle House.
Yeah.
He didn't die there. He died someplace else, but his family all died there in this house, and he would visit it a lot.
Right.
So somehow he attached to me and came home with me, I think. I mean, if that's what she came up with on here.
Yeah.
I can't explain any other explanation what it could be.
Now, is this the same location where you got the scratches from?
No.
Okay.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah.
Interesting.
And she
Something
felt
about
Yep.
It's something about disembodied spirits always want to clap some human cheeks,
Mm-hmm. And it's really nothing negative here at all. If it's still here, we haven't had anything happen in months.
Yeah.
So I mean, people have said you need to do a cleansing and stuff, and I haven't gotten around to it, and now there's no activity at all. So I mean, if it was an attachment, maybe it just came here and got bored and went back, or just decided just to kind of hang out in the background and just let us know it was here once or twice, and then boom, that was it. So very weird.
It's like it has its own little chair inside the hotel room. We have a special name for that chair. I'm not going to say it, but yeah. That's where my head's going with it. But that's very interesting. I don't know what I would do in that situation. Well, I do know what I would do, but yeah, I would be I don't know. If it were me, I'd be having fun with it. I'd be like, wait till the shower's real good and fogged up, and like write a message on the mirror. Like myself, and just be like, I know you're here, or something.
That would be cool.
Yeah. And see if like underneath where you write that, it makes like a little heart.
That would be cool. for some reason, and it hasn't. Nothing's happened in a long time, so I don't even know if it's still here. I mean, it could have decided it didn't like being here or whatever. But in the wintertime, when it's cold outside, for some reason, our bathroom water, the shower water, doesn't get hot at all. So every time we take a shower here, it's cold water. But ironically, across the hall, my son's bathroom is really hot.
Yeah.
So go figure. So maybe one day I'll take a shower in his shower, do the message on the mirror, and see if anything happens. That's good thinking.
I try. Might as well have fun with it. If it's gonna hang out,
yeah,
have fun with it. Why not?
And I might try and if I have like a recorder or something there recording the mirror, maybe it won't show up. I'm going to do it once and not have anything recording in there. And then that sounds kind of crazy.
Yeah.
I'm not going to show anything.
Right. Well, I mean, do you have a clothing steamer or an iron?
No.
You don't have an iron like what you press your clothes with?
No.
How do you get the wrinkles out? The dryer?
I take them out right away and fold them and put them away.
Okay.
That's weird, I know.
I'm just trying to come up with a way to get steam up on there.
I know my mother-in-law has a steamer. I mean, we borrowed it to clean stuff.
There you go. Yeah. Give it a good steaming.
Yeah.
Give it a good steaming.
Well, next time I see her, I'll see if I can borrow it, and I'll just do that in our bathroom where it actually happened, and see if. And I will report back later.
There we go. We'll make something happen.
Yeah.
That's one of those things like attachments following you when you go somewhere.
Mm-hmm.
I mean, I'd be lying if I said if it wasn't a small concern, because I just had my meeting with Greg. Let's see here. Thursday night. And so I can tell everybody that most likely our very first mini documentary that we're going to make on YouTube, we're going to be going to somewhere around Monsanto Mountain in Huntsville, Alabama. And we are going to be looking for the Rake.
Awesome.
So as far as things to not want to follow you home,
yeah, you're not going to want
definitely
that.
Not one of those.
Yeah.
So.
Yeah. That's cool.
Yeah. I'm excited about it. I'm trying to do all my sleuthing and figure out the places to go exactly and figure out, all the things that we're going to need to try and figure this thing out.
Now, when you go out with him, what do you carry for protection, or can you even say?
For protection?
Yeah.
Well,
I mean, I'm assuming that it's going out Sasquatching or cryptid hunting or whatever. I don't know what it's called. It's different than going ghost hunting, where you could take like sage or a rosary or something that would protect you.
I mean, I guess. For me, I just carry a pistol, and then I carry a Damascus steel war knife, because we have like this whole history about like Fey lore and stuff like that, where these things don't seem to like iron, right? And it's specific to iron, it seems like, but it also could be the carbon content. I'm not really sure, but yeah. So I carry Damascus steel. That way, I've got a good mix of high and low carbon content iron/steel to let them know, one, I'm serious. Two, I know you recognize what this is. And three, if there's something to all that iron stuff, they're gonna feel it, right?
Yeah.
So, and I don't know if there's anything really to it or not. It just, the historical context of the always seeming to be a factor, to the point where, like, the Celtic people would put like old horseshoes in like the cribs with their kids. Arabic folks would hang a old sword above the dwelling of their house, like the door. If I probably didn't English that correctly. Anyways,
Englishing is hard sometimes.
It is sometimes. So, yeah, I do that, and then of course, like I'm always praying. I'm having a running conversation with God in my head. And I'm not sweating anything, really. I mean, it don't bother me. I'm not out there like trying to play nice either. I'm not like, hey, come hang out with us, we're cool. That's not my style. I don't know. I pray, and I basically, just announce to God, to myself, to whatever can consciously hear my thoughts. If there's anybody else out here that doesn't want anything coming in too close, then let it be known that I'm in agreement with them. You know what I mean? And I speak that in Jesus' name. And so far, I've not had much of an issue. I felt like the very first night that we went out to shoot the first half of the documentary out in well, wait, I don't know if I'm allowed to say that. Yeah, Georgia. We'll just say it's Georgia.
Yeah. You don't want Greg getting mad at you.
No. I'm pretty sure we talked about it. I'm pretty sure we talked about it on my show that we were there. But either way, we can talk about like what I saw and all that. But the very first night, like, it cracked me up. Like, we got set up real late. I mean, it was probably 1:00 in the morning before tents were set up and I was down. And I had heard so much about Bigfoot's coming into camp and, messing with the tents and stuff like that. So, like, it's in the back of my head, and I start hearing the most god-awful racket, like, a little ways away from me, and I can't quite make out what it is because the wind is just picking up.
Yeah.
I'm like, oh no, is something fixing to go down right now? I'm like, I'm not in the mood. I'm tired. I don't want nothing to do with this, right? So I keep laying there and listening and listening. You know what it turned out to be?
What?
Greg snoring like a chainsaw. Yeah. So, no worries there. Sorry, buddy. I love you, Mr. Boss Man. So, yeah. That's a good question, Pamela. How do you encourage a rake to appear? With Bigfoot, you make calls, smack rocks, etc.
I'm thinking just throw leaves out.
Yeah. You wait for the leaves to fall, and then people come and just take them away. It's the craziest thing ever, right? I don't know. That mountain's got a lot of interesting stuff about it anyways, and I know there's cave systems there. I've seen pictures. Plus there's large cave systems like close by, like cathedral caverns and all that, and I've got to figure out if there's a big cave opening that's, like able to be gotten to from the state park, because they have a campground there, and I want my life to be easy if I can make it be easy.
Yeah.
But if they can't, then I'll have to find out more from... There's a paranormal group that's out that way, and I can't remember their names to save my life. But I remember them being on an interview with Bettina, and I asked Greg to reach out to her because she knows him more than me. So we'll see if we can't get her to tell us, and I don't know. Maybe throw some invites out there. I don't know if anybody want to come, because I'm not really sure what the general plan is, really, other than that we're going to be doing that sometime, I think, at the end of January. And essentially what's going to happen, everybody, is I'm going to be wearing like a GoPro on my shoulder, my GoPro.
Mm-hmm.
And I'm going to be like live streaming on YouTube, right?
Yeah.
Through either that or my phone, however I get it figured out. And essentially what you guys are going to see is everything that gets caught in like the normal light, flashlight and all that. You'll see us talking and interacting and cutting up and all that. And then funnily enough, I've got my sister-in-law convinced to come and hang out with us too. Like, she's super gung-ho about it, which is awesome. She lives with us right now, and she wants to go. So I'm like, okay, so what I'm going to be doing is operating his nice camera with the IR and all that. Oh. And I'll probably send her like the FLIR and psionics and stuff like that. And
don't drop his camera.
No. No. Never. That has not happened yet. I'm a pretty good cameraman so far. Mm-hmm. But anyways, like, you guys will be out there seeing like what gets caught from my end outside of infrared. Mm-hmm. And if things go down, you know, I'll do everything I can to make sure that you guys can see it. But essentially, y'all will catch the live stream, and we'll call it, I don't know, Hunt for the Rake, the Fisher of Spam Cut, or something like that, right? And then all the fancy stuff that gets caught is going to be in his camera and all his awesome equipment, because Lord, he got some good stuff. Those psionics are amazing. Yeah. So that'll all be combined together into like a mini documentary between like the big documentaries that come out once a year, right? Mm-hmm. So everybody will just go to his page and then see all the really good juicy stuff that was caught.
Nice.
So that's the way we're going to do it. We got to bring some interest to Alabama.
Yeah. And when is this going to come out?
I don't know. We're going out in January to do this. And then getting it all edited up together, it shouldn't take long. Like, we're going to be expediting this a lot. Yeah. You know, and it won't be like the same quality like as what the big, you know, Land Between the Lake stuff's going to be. Like, the thing that we're working on right now, our big project, is going to be phenomenal. I can't wait to go meet Adam Davies. That's going to be so cool.
That'd be cool. Yeah.
Right.
Yeah.
But yeah. It's still going to be cool though. I mean, just because it's going to be smaller scale doesn't mean it won't be cool. You know, we're not going to do boring stuff.
No, you know? Nobody does boring stuff.
Let's see here. Yes, Pam, I will be live streaming to my channel.
You know what? Make sure that you tell her, because if you spring a live stream, because she'll get mad if you don't tell her.
This is true.
Yeah, because I think I'm finally out of the doghouse now.
Oh,
yeah,
good job.
I sprung a couple lives on her, and she didn't like that too much.
I do what I want.
We love Pam.
I do what I want, Pam. What about that?
Uh-oh.
Oh. No, I'll let you know. Don't worry. Don't worry. I want that, like, when our first mission goes live like that, I want it to be out there, because, you know, I mean, that's the main thing, is like the documentaries that he puts together are just so freaking good. Mm-hmm. But they take a long time. I mean, you're getting like such cinematic quality through all that stuff, you know?
And you know, Sasquatch hunting, Bigfooting, whatever you want to call it, that's the same. That's the same concept of ghost hunting and stuff. You can have the camera set up all day long, and you might get one little thing. I mean, it doesn't happen on command. It takes time, and I mean, even the best documentarians won't get it on the first 5 minutes of their shooting. That's just luck and knowing where to go. But it takes time, and I'm sure it's a ton of stuff to go through. And I mean,
Oh
for
God,
him, yeah, for him to have all of that footage and stuff that he came up with for the Land Between the Lakes one, that's incredible. And then what you guys are doing now, that's just incredible.
Yeah. So basically, though, like the schedule for the small stuff is going to be every other month. So January, I don't know if we're going to do something in March because other stuff is going on in March. But we might just do one January, February, and then skip a week or a month or two, and then go from there. But generally speaking, we want to do it every other month.
Yeah.
So that way, you guys will get to see some really cool stuff.
That is cool. Yeah.
And then, of course, it all comes on me to figure out where we go. So.
So make sure you're subscribed to Fisher of Spam, the Night Watch.
Please do so.
Yes.
Please do so.
Yes.
And everybody out there from Alabama that have suggestions.
Now,
you get in touch with me.
Is it strictly Alabama, or did you want to venture out into other states?
I mean, I think we can in time, but right now it's, we got to test the waters and see the way things go. I mean, because like I said, I want to put Alabama on the map for paranormal because we got so much.
Yeah.
So that's a part. But eventually, unless we run into like just super crazy, insane places that we can just keep coming back to, eventually we will need to move out and do some stuff here and there. But there's honestly a lot in the state, and I've already got a lot of stuff planned. So we'll just have to see how that goes.
Awesome.
Yeah.
Awesome.
But yeah, super excited.
Yeah, definitely.
I'm hoping we can catch a rake on camera.
Yeah.
Without going to Home Depot.
I was going to say, just have one just in case and just throw it out in the middle of the woods and say, hey, we got one.
To be fair, I was really considering doing that. Just randomly all throughout it, just be like, what's that over there? And then just chunk something. Chunk a rake. Ah, it's a rake! Got it!
Awesome. That would be awesome. That would be on the blooper reel.
Yeah, I got to inject my humor. I always have to. It's what I do.
That would be awesome.
Yeah. Ooh, I just got an idea.
Uh-oh.
Oh yeah, I'm gonna do that. Okay. So when I do the filming, I'm on a monopod, right? I've got the camera here, it's got the mic, I've got a battery pack underneath it, and I'm using it as a walking stick too. I'm kind of planting it and I'm pivoting and all that. I can take that monopod and just duct tape it to a rake. That way it's always there.
And you could promote it as a rake attracting a rake.
Yeah, Rakey, Rakey. Come here, Rake. Yeah, something like that.
That's from that guy doing the deer call, right?
Yeah, it is.
Come
Good job on that. Come here, dear.
That's hilarious.
Yeah.
That's hilarious.
But yeah, that's the plan. It's exciting stuff, I let everybody know that, stuff is going on, and everything that everybody sends my way, it all gets back reinvested. Like everything goes into funding these things because I don't have the best equipment. He does.
Yeah.
But the better equipment that I get, the more you guys are going to see during filming, right? Because, right now I'm looking very heavily into getting a thermal imager for my iPhone.
Ooh.
I really, really want to make that happen very soon.
Ooh.
So the goal is to get that midway through this process. So let's see here. July, August. That's when I want to have that. And the reason is because, all right, when we were filming, I'm pretty sure we talked about this. If not, I know I did before, but I don't know if I went into it in great depth. All right. So we're out there, and I'm borrowing somebody else's FLIR Scout.
Mm-hmm.
And hey, Sandra, good to see you. Hi, Shelly, good to see you. And it looked like it was an older model, and I wasn't very familiar with it, right? And I didn't know that it could actually record video. So I'm out there scanning, and I find something on this tree, and it's wrapped around it, and I'm thinking to myself, it's a snake, because it's very dark. It's set to white hot.
Mm-hmm.
And I'm like, that's got to be a snake, right? Because it's dark. Like, that's weird. And I'm watching it, and it's kind of like pulsing and moving. And then it kind of starts undulating and getting like thicker in places and thinner in others. And I'm like, what in the world is going on with the snake? And then it like the top half of it like moves off of the tree and starts slowly reaching out. I'm like, wow, this is crazy. But it's still pulsing. I'm like, what kind of snake is that? That is the weirdest thing. I've never seen that.
Wow.
And it keeps reaching out. And then it leaves the tree entirely. And it's suspended in midair. Like this long, black, undulating weirdness is just drifting through thin air. And then finally gets onto another tree and slowly wraps itself around it again.
Mm-hmm.
And this whole time, I'm like looking at it through the FLIR, and I'm like, what is going on? This is the strangest thing I think I've ever seen. And I'm like, wow, I really wish I could record. And I'm watching it, and eventually it wraps itself around the tree, and it kind of like looks like it flattens out all the way.
Yeah.
And then it just dissipates into the tree. It's gone. It just slowly faded into it.
Really?
So I'm talking to him, and I'm like, this is what and I'm updating him as I'm watching it, Yeah. And they're like, wow, that's really cool. And when I got done, I told them what happened. They're like, oh, okay, cool. Did you get that on film? I was like, wait, this thing can record? Yeah. I was like, oh. No.
Oh, no.
Oh, I didn't know. Ah.
Wow.
Oops.
Yeah. I had this isn't paranormal by any means, but I had something like that happen to me one time. I did videography for like wedding videos and stuff.
Mm-hmm.
And father-daughter dance, bride and groom first dance, mother-son dance. I forgot to hit record on my camera.
Oh, no.
I could have swore I did. And I'm watching this whole thing, and all of a sudden my camera just, I guess, goes into sleep mode. And I'm like, oh, shoot. So luckily we had another camera, but that happens.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And then, of course, like, also he ribs me pretty hard about not having the camera on in the back seat when we were going to explore the second or third night, when we had the Sasquatch run out in front of us in the car. Ribbed me pretty hard for that one. I was like, you didn't tell me to turn it on. I didn't know you wanted B-roll here.
Mm-hmm.
He's like, yeah, well, now you know next time.
Yeah. I mean, it happens. I mean,
yeah.
So you learn and you move on.
Yeah. So what's funny about that is, after that, we were talking. He was like, it's not that big a deal, because we've had that happen on another documentary, and when it happened, the Sasquatch made the footage become corrupted, and you couldn't watch it on the video anymore. I was like, oh, okay. So that's a thing. He's like, yeah, apparently.
Yeah.
So I'm like, okay, well, they make see-through Faraday cages that you can buy on Amazon. So we're going to do that so footage cannot be corrupted.
Really?
Nothing's going to be messing with the electromagnetic field because of that. He's like, oh, that's a good idea. That's a good idea. So we're going to try that.
Wow.
But what's funny is I basically told him over and over and over to make sure that on his next trip that he goes and says hi to Tony Merkel for me. And he did. And you know what happened?
What?
Hold on. Okay.
Oh, wow.
Okay, say hi. What's up, Jim? Next time, don't miss the Bigfoot. All right.
Okay.
Oh, that's hilarious. That's hilarious.
That's how they do me.
You're not going to live that down.
No. Oh, Lord.
That's okay. That's okay. That's okay.
Right. Killing me. Killing me.
Yeah.
But yeah. The moral of the story, everybody, is
Always record.
always record. And there's lots of stuff coming up on the channel. So I hope you guys are all ready.
Mm-hmm.
Yep. So, Paul, what do you got coming up next, man?
So next Saturday, I don't have anything going on. I'm just gonna do something like this, and I might actually do an open mic night, and just doesn't have to be paranormal. Just it's the middle of the holidays, and just have fun. This all come in here and decompress, and get past Christmas and get ready for New Year's, and just kind of ease out of Christmas and have some fun. Yeah. And then I need to ramp it up in January. I think I have Harley Owens booked one night. Thank you, Pam.
Oh, cool.
One Saturday. And then I don't have anything after that. So I need to get going on that and stuff. So, working in retail just, takes a lot out of you. So thank you, Pam. Thank you, Pam. So I'm gonna ramp it up and get some good content going on. So, and of course, doing all kinds of. I want to do more investigations. That's fun. That's fun.
Oh yeah.
That's fun.
Yeah.
Thank you, Sandra.
I've got a lot scheduled for the month of January, and I'm trying my best to make sure everything can happen. Work is fixing to pick up, and
that's good.
It's good. It is good.
Yeah.
I don't know what's going on.
And I was gonna go down with you guys on the 4th for Greg's premiere. I got tickets and everything, and I was really looking forward to it. And I mean, I wanted to meet. I feel like I've known you forever, but we've never met in person. I wanted to meet you in person. I met Greg in person. I really wanted to see this documentary, and something came up, and I can't go. So I am very upset by it. So
that's gonna be all right.
But,
There's gonna be a live stream.
Yeah. But it's not the same. It's not the same. But there's going to be other ones, and I'm going to make it to other ones. And this certainly isn't permanent by any means. So.
Right. Yeah. Yeah. With all the changes coming down the pike for me, especially as far as work goes, I'm hopeful. Got a couple eggs in a basket, and if it comes out the way I want, I'll actually be able to have a schedule again, so I can schedule guests and not have to fly by the seat of my pants like I always do. Yeah. But we're getting there. We're getting there.
And if somebody would hire me to do stuff like this, I would love that. This would be the best job ever.
I agree.
Yeah.
I've discovered that I love to edit. I don't know why.
Editing, I used to, so I agree with you on that one. I don't know where that was going. I used to love being on camera, and I love doing the interviews, and I love talking to people, and I love being on shows like this and stuff, but I love editing too. And it's just so much fun to start with like a blank slate and create something that's awesome.
I think that's what it is for me. It's the creating, right?
Yeah.
Yeah. I really enjoy that.
Yeah. What do you edit on?
Clipchamp.
You told me that. Yeah.
Yeah. I've got a whole video on it too.
Yeah.
Nobody likes it though. Make me sad.
Oh.
Yeah. Oh well. No big deal.
Keep doing them. They'll like it.
Oh yeah. I'm gonna
Make
keep
'em
doing
like
it. You gonna like this whether you like it or not.
You like me.
Yes. Yes. Well, man, I guess we've been on here a little over an hour, so
Yeah.
I think it's about that time. What do you think?
Fun. It was fun. Yeah. And honestly, I have to go to work tomorrow morning, and I'm gonna need to close these eyes for a little bit.
No doubt. Well, thank you for coming on and hanging out with me, buddy. I really
anytime, brother. And that's another thing that so we're in this little chat group, Yumi, Magical Journey, and Tom. And you guys have all these conversations, and I'm usually so busy. That's another thing that I'm going to try and do more of. I want to get in with you guys more, and do stuff like that more often. So that's part of my that you're hearing it here first. My New Year's resolution is to hang out with you guys a lot more,
and make sure that you guys all peer pressure him and remind him.
Yes.
I
need that.
For sure.
Yeah.
Well, brother, I appreciate it. And
anytime.
Let's get out of here, yeah?
Let's go. I gotta go. All right.
Well, guys, out there in YouTube land, I love you. Tookie. Be looking out for exciting things on the horizon. Because it's a coming fast. So, here we go. Bye.
All right, everybody.
How it's supposed to feel.